Coming up on Channel 8 News, a former White House staffer makes a visit to K-State.
Also, how community members are combating discriminatory actions with posters.
But first, what the Riley County Police Department plans to do after an attempted murder occurred last weekend in Aggieville.
Clear skies here at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. Let's see if it stays that way this Saturday for the football game against Oklahoma. Stay tuned.
This is KKSU-LD, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Today is Thursday, October 19th, and you're watching Channel 8 News. I'm Colby Miller.
And I'm Maya Hodge. Thank you for tuning in.
This week, we take a look at how K-State students are fighting hate with posters.
But first, our top story, RCPD investigates what they say is an attempted murder. A man was shot just outside of Aggieville around 1 a.m. Sunday morning. An unknown assailant shot the victim near the 500 block north of North Manhattan Avenue. The victim is currently suffering from a non-threatening gunshot wound, but the Riley County Police Department believed that the shooting was malicious. In response to the shooting, RCPD are not planning on increasing patrol around the area, but are still investigating the situation. Due to the investigation, police are not releasing the identity of the victim or any more details at this time.
Yeah, at this time we do not have an elevated police presence in the area, but just because we don't have an elevated police presence in the area doesn't mean that we're not continuing to investigate. So we are still continuing to investigate the crime and actively searching for a suspect in this case.
RCPD is asking for anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers at 785-539-7777 or the Riley County Police Department. With this news, students and residents are concerned about what to do to protect themselves. Channel 8's Bridget Howard joins us in the studio with more. Bridget?
According to U.S. News and World Report, of the students enrolled at K-State, 77% of students live off campus. I took a deeper look into off-campus living and how to stay safe. Living off campus has its perks, but not when it comes to safety aids. For students who live on campus, resources like Wildcat Walk and the blue emergency lights with call buttons are available if students are feeling unsafe. Sophomore Grayson Warple is one student who is now much more aware of her surroundings after her and her friends encountered what they thought to be a suspicious man in broad daylight near her off-campus home.
We were just having our own conversation and he was by himself and he wasn't saying anything to us and we hadn't said anything to him. Once he saw that we shifted out of his way, he lunged at us kind of with a switchblade, but luckily the switchblade was closed so it didn't hit any of us.
According to the Riley County Police Department, there have been over 100 burglaries in the months of August and September this year, an elevated number due to the amount of unsecured personal property. The Riley County Police Department is reaching out to the community in hopes that they will start being more conscious of locking up and more aware of their surroundings.
Typically, those criminals, they aren't looking for something hard to do, they're looking for whatever's easiest. So it really helps the citizens to help keep their possessions safe just by locking their doors.
In neighborhoods like here at 11th and Bertrand, there are virtually no street lights, so students are encouraged to walk with friends or use safety apps during the day or night. Junior Haley Tatum uses the Lifeline Response app and the Buddy system to ensure her safety. The Lifeline Response app and other police resources are free to the public.
Me and my roommates, for sure, anywhere we're going now, we're going with at least two of us. We don't go by ourselves. And the app that you hold the button until you get to the place where you feel safe and then you let go.
Police say that simply locking your car and front door will help you avoid being the target of such crimes. In Manhattan, Bridget Howard, Channel 8 News. I'm joined by Channel 8 reporter Reina Garcia. Reina, another issue being raised on college campuses is sexual assault.
That's right, Bridget. I spoke with a K-State student about her experience with sexual assault, and I learned how self-defense training can help women feel more empowered.
Pauline Nations is a sexual assault survivor. After being assaulted during her junior year of high school by her boyfriend at the time, she was hesitant to report what happened. Now, as a college sophomore, Polly is using her experience to spread awareness about sexual assault.
Unfortunately, as horrendous as this was for me, there's other people who also experienced really horrendous and traumatic events as well. And I think that for me, I'm much more outspoken than I probably would have been if this hadn't happened. And You know, it's hard to kind of build yourself back up after you've kind of been torn apart piece by piece, but you do it and you get back up and you work probably twice as hard as you ever have.
While rape and other types of sexual assaults can occur at any age, female college students are considered most at risk. According to the National Sexual Violence Resource Center, 1 in 5 women are sexually assaulted while in college.
So what can women do to defend themselves against these predators? Here at Combat Sports Center, women can learn self-defense tactics they can use in the event of an attack.
Owner and instructor Joe Wilk believes these self-defense skills provide women with the confidence that they'll know what to do if in danger.
Typically, the attitude that you carry around with yourself once you know you can protect yourself will deter people from ever trying to start anything with you to begin with. So we think that's a very valuable thing too, both knowing you can fight, having that confidence, but then also the ability that if you do have to fight, you're able to do that.
For Polly, considering preventative measures like self-defense training did not cross her mind before the assault.
I thought I had it all. I thought I could just, kick and run or, punch and run. I do understand the importance of it now because to know how you can use your body and how you can use other items to defend yourselves in situations like that is probably something really important that not only women but men should know as well.
In Manhattan, Raina Garcia, Channel 8 News.
More about self-defense, Maya is joined by owner and head instructor of the Combat Sports Center, Joe Wilk. Maya?
Thanks, Raina. I'm out here with Joe and Haley from the Combative Sports Center, and they're here to show us this demonstration of some good self-defense techniques.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to show some really practical self-defense techniques, especially with a male attacking a female, as we're going to look at in this situation. Statistically, a lot of times we have the male try to grab the female by the wrist and just walk off with her, take her wherever he wants to go. Haley can't let me do that. She needs to put her foot down figuratively and literally, get a nice solid base and not let me walk away with her. We want a 2-on-1. This is a 1-on-1 arm confrontation right now. She wants to cheat and use 2-on-1, so she reinforces her grip, always attacks at the fingertips and is able to pull her grip free again. She's able to pull free at the fingertips. Now, if that doesn't work, I'm really strong, which I am. I grab her wrist and she reinforces her grip and tries to pull away. It won't work. She's gonna have to use a little more force and she'll use her palm to strike me at the wrist, again, taking me off the fingertips. Very practical and trainable self-defense technique.
Yeah, it seems like it's a really good technique, but do you think this is a technique that all women are able to use?
Well, let's find out. If you hand off the mic, we'll see if we can pull it off, okay? So same situation, I'll grab you by your wrist. You wanna reinforce your own grip, get at the fingertips. Very good job. And this time, a little more force. Very good. Anyone can do it.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to throw it back to you, Kobe, at the desk.
Ahead on Channel 8 News, the K-State family is rattled by yet another social media controversy. Plus, we take a look at K-State homecoming, and we sit down with former White House photographer Pete Souza.
Outreach is more than a goal. It's our land-grant mission. We feed and sustain an expanding population and cultivate strong, stable families, growing responsibility and leadership in our youth through a far-reaching network of research, resources, and educators. Whether you're in Kansas or across the globe, every life is worthy of an extended hand. What makes K-State Research and Extension so powerful? Purpose, outreach, you.
What a coach, what a program. They give him the dunk. He gets number 200. Now he's going to throw far side. Jordy's got it against the lead 40. Here comes Lockett. Look out. He can move. He was drilled by Reggie Walker. On the field, perfect throw. Pringle down the sideline. Touchdown.
Whoever said college is for kicking back never met our students. They're here for college beyond the classroom, for jumping off the bandwagon and into an environment that fosters career potential. Internships and opportunities that open doors and continue advancing through a global education. At Kansas State University, students become leaders who guide the K-State family into the future. What jumpstarts a career with limitless possibilities? Character, drive, you.
Weeks after white supremacist posters were found on campus, Kansas State has made headlines again after a social media post went viral. Sarah Harper, freshman in mass communications, posted this photo on Saturday showing her and another individual with the caption saying, quote, "Newest members of the K-State Cool Kids." Harper's, whose family is the 2017 K-State Family of the Year, was honored at the game on Saturday, has since apologized. A spokesperson for the family says her actions are not representative of the family in that she was goofing around.
The K-State campus was quiet last Sunday night. However, one group of students posted various flyers around campus with the goal of spreading love and tolerance in response to various intolerance experienced on campus. The group of around 20 students met in Triangle Park before spreading their message across campus. Flyers were carefully posted as to not vandalize the campus. The organizer of the group, who chooses to remain anonymous, said, "I think it is really disheartening to see some of the very hateful and discriminatory actions that have gone on campus, and I am so thankful for all of the kind professors and administrators and individuals on the campus that are really supportive. The main purpose here was not to be anti-discriminatory or to pinpoint anyone or to criticize anyone, so much as it was to affirm to these people who may feel disheartened that they are valuable."
Homecoming season is upon us, and that brings with its spirit signs, chalk contest, and a parade, and a fun football game. Early this week, various fraternities and sororities around campus worked together to create spirit signs, which are located in front of Hale Library. These signs all feature the same theme of purple pride worldwide. Many of them drew inspiration from postcards and styled their signs as such. There are many major cities highlighted in these signs, such as St. Louis, Chicago, Kansas City, and many more.
My favorite would be the Nashville to Cattsville. Down there it has the Wildcat in front of like the Aggieville backdrop. I liked it a lot just because it kind of combines this college's two favorite things, which is the Wildcat and Aggieville.
Being like a fly on the wall for history at the center of the United States government, not once, but twice.
K-State grad Pete Souza was the White House photographer for Presidents Reagan and Obama and recently joined students on campus. Channel 8's Reina Garcia caught up with him in our studios.
I'm joined with K-State grad and former White House photographer Pete Souza. Pete, thank you for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So can you tell us a little bit about how you discovered your path into photography as you were here at K-State? What kind of got you into that?
I think more than anything it was working at the Collegian, which was, and hopefully still is, a really good college newspaper. And those of us that were working on the Collegian treated it as a job, as a newspaper job. So I think that's sort of where I learned how to become a photojournalist.
Okay, did you always know you wanted to be a photojournalist?
No, not until the junior year of my undergrad at Boston University, which is when I first took a photography class. That was when the bug struck me. So it was for the most part, it was kind of late. I was probably 19 or 20 before I realized, hey, this is pretty cool. This is what I want to do.
Awesome. And how would you say you navigated your path from graduating into the field? Did you find it was maybe difficult to find a job at first? How did you really break into the business?
Well, my first job was at the Hutch News. So I went right from K-State to the Hutch News. And it was, that transition was fairly easy. I was able to get that job right away. And I just, over the course of my career, just have had these tremendous opportunities that have come about, mostly because of just certain connections that I developed throughout the years.
Right. And so being the White House photographer, how important would you say that role is for giving the people at home insight as to what's going on in the White House?
Well, I think it's a way for people to see what a president is like, not just at their official events, but in their off moments with their family. That I think it gives you a broader picture of what the President of the United States is like as a person.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so we noticed your Instagram account has definitely gotten a lot of attention for the photos you post and kind of including commentary about the current, or just about how things are, the state of the country. So can you explain how that kind of came about?
Well, after January 20th, I became a private citizen. and had my private personal Instagram account. And I think what I do on Instagram speaks for itself.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Pete, for joining us today. It's an honor to have you here on campus. So thank you for this interview.
Thank you.
Say, Maya, are you planning on going to the homecoming game this weekend?
Well, I hear we're expecting some rain, so I'm not sure if I'll be there.
Stay tuned. After the break, we have our weather update ready to fill us in.
I know a spot that I love full well.
'Tis not in forest, nor yet in dell. Ever it holds me with magic spell.
I think of thee, alma mater.
We'll carry thy banner high. Long, long, may thy colors fly.
Loyal to thee, thy children will swell the cry. Hail, 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 alma mater.
Welcome back. Kansas State University celebrated the opening of the new Renier Hall last Friday. Our reporter Blake Reed was there to give us a deeper look.
People gathered outside the new Renier Hall to celebrate the new building and those that helped to make the building possible. The new building features a new library, new studio rooms, and new classrooms for Kansas State architecture students. President Myers and others addressed the large crowd and thanked all the donors and everyone who contributed and helped to make the new building a possibility. Once the talking and thanks were done, it was time for those who made the building a possibility to cut down the ribbons and make Renier Hall official.
As you can see behind me, the crowd has since cleared and architecture students start to fill the new building. I got up with graduate student Gabby Hernandez, who talks a little bit about her weight and what this new building means to her.
This building means a lot to me because I've been waiting 2 years to be able to come to studio here, and now we have all this new technology and we're in a new facility, and it's really easy to learn and to be able to want to come to studio really late at night or early in the morning. It's a 5-minute walk from my apartment, so I'm able to come in whenever I need to. We have computer labs that where we can print stuff out whenever we need to, and our computers are set up here now and we're able to use them whenever we would like. So it's really easy to get homework done. All our classes are in this building, so it's really, really nice.
Last Saturday's football game was stalled due to a lightning delay. Will we see another one this week?
Brandon Fayback has your weather.
Good morning, Northeast Kansas. Let's take a look at your national weather for today. Over in Seattle, we have a rain pocket coming through that area that has created for some large winds to come into effect, and that's 46-mile-an-hour wind gusts for Seattle. Over here in Los Angeles, just south of Seattle, we have clear skies, a little bit of fog and clouds, low clouds in the morning, but that has started to spread out and more sun has come to the area as we speak. Over here on the East Coast, we have New York. A little partly cloudy right now, 63 degrees, but nonetheless a warm and pleasant day for those in New York. Now let's take a look at your Kansas map. Over in Sherman County, Goodland City, we have 52 degrees. Humidity is 70% as we speak in that area. Nice warm day so far for them. Clay County and Riley County sitting at 65. Expected though to hit the upper 80s today, so keep an eye out for that. And our friends over in Lawrence, Kansas, 8-mile-an-hour winds, low 60s for them. Tomorrow, Friday day planner, we have Mostly clear skies. That sun's going to rise up at 7:41 and create a little bit of cold weather coming through the area, just a little bit of a brisk. But that sun's going to rise up around noon or 11 o'clock, and we're going to see sun come into the area. And we'll have a little bit of a light breeze, but it will not be too bad. You can probably have a jacket on if you would like. Sunset's going to come down at 6:40, and that's what's going to bring in the showers tomorrow for that precipitation, about 25% at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Now for your 5-day weather forecast. The average for this week and the rest of the weekend is going to be around 76 degrees, lows in the 50s, and that will be the highs and lows for that. Saturday, we are going to have K-State versus Oklahoma, and that will be showers and rain and thunderstorms coming through that way, so we might experience some type of rain delay for that. And then obviously, coming out on Sunday and Monday, the temperatures are going to start to drop a little bit, 47 and 40. Back to the desk with Colby and Maya.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm definitely not ready for the weather to start cooling off this week.
Man, I don't know if I am either, Maya. Coming up after the break, we take a look at some local sports.
Sandoval goes on the slide and finishes up the right line. Souza with authority. Zumach one blocker and she puts the facial on Blusick. Rejected by the Cats.
We are a family that does not tolerate discrimination of any kind.
A family that believes diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
A family that is supportive and seeks to promote a positive environment.
A family that treats all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual orientation.
We are an empowered family.
Who empowers family.
Welcome to K-State. This is who we are.
Straight away. There! Underneath the goal to Beasley for the jam. Down goes number one. Puts up the lob to Dean Wade. That is indeed how you break the press. Turns it over to Magruder. Carrots all the way with a runner. Yes, at the buzzer. Xavier Schneed from Aggieville.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. Let's send it over to our sports reporter, Brady Bucky, for our weekly sports update.
Thank you, Maya and Colby. The Manhattan High volleyball team wrapped up their regular season on Tuesday as they traveled to Wamego for a doubleheader against Junction City and Wamego. The Indians made it look easy in their first match against the rivals Junction City, defeating the Lady Jays 25-7 in set 1, while also beating them 25-7 in set 2. The second match against Wamego featured the Indians starting fast and never looking back as they defeated the Red Raiders 25-15 in set 1 and 25-17 in set 2. The Indians finished the year 29-9 and will start sub-state play on Saturday at Wichita Southeast High School. Last weekend, the K-State Wildcats took on the number 6 ranked TCU Horned Frogs and received their third loss of the season. The game had an unusual start with a 2.5-hour lightning delay that resulted in fans having to get up and leave the stadium multiple times before kickoff. After the game finally got underway, K-State was able to cause turnovers and win the sack battle on defense, but K-State's offense scored no touchdowns and was outscored by TCU 26-6. In his first start of the season, backup quarterback Alex Delton struggled on the ground, only gaining 39 yards with 19 attempts, but ended up with 146 passing yards on the day. After the game, Coach Bill Snyder commented on how he feels about the team finishing this season.
I think we have the capacity to be able to finish the season well. Now, whether we do or not is another story. I think they'll be competitive. I don't think they'll give up. I think there's, too much heart with most of the young guys that we have. We need a couple more to climb on board, but, by the same token, I believe that they'll make the effort. But there's a lot of things that have to get cleaned up that maybe weren't as prevalent last year as they are right now.
Bill Snyder Family Stadium had another sellout game for the TCU game. Even though the rain scared some fans away, some seats have been vacant for the season so far. Channel 8 News reporter Jack Bresser has more on why.
Anytime there's a home game at Bill Snyder Family Stadium, people travel from far and wide to come and see their Wildcats play on Saturday. Even though thousands come to Manhattan for the football game, to the untrained eye, one might not notice something about the stands until after K-State Athletics says the game has been sold out. When spectators come to the football games, all their attention is here on the field. What some people might not notice is that there's a couple of open seats over here in the season ticket section, but all of these tickets are paid for. The student section over here has student passes and is always packed. But up here in the cheap seats, there's still a lot of extra space. So what exactly makes a game a sold-out game?
When every seat in the stadium has a ticket sold to a person, like not just being held by some other vendor or a different website that sells them separately, but like every ticket is in the possession of someone that is planning to go or going to the game. Now, from their side, I can understand like maybe they're selling to third parties who are reselling tickets or something. So maybe from their point of view, they are like selling out, but it's maybe not those tickets are not actually always going to real people.
Reporting in Manhattan, Jack Bresser, Channel 8 News.
Standing room only tickets also count in the final tally. Only the bleacher seats and the number of tickets sold count. That's all we have for sports this week, and now back to Maya and Colby.
Thanks, Brady. I don't know about you, but the Cats could sure use a win this week.
That's right, Maya. It will be tough, but I think they can do it. We'll be right back.
Sandoval goes on the slide and finishes up the right line. Zumach, one blocker, and she puts a facial on Blusick. Rejected by the Cats.
We are a family that does not tolerate discrimination of any kind.
A family that believes diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
A family that is supportive and seeks to promote a positive environment.
A family that treats all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual orientation.
We are an empowered family
who empowers family.
Welcome to K-State. This is who we are.
Ball in straight away. Bam! Underneath the goal to Beasley for the jam. Down goes number one. Puts up the lob to Dean Wade. That is indeed how you break the press. Turns it over to Magruder. All the way with a runner. Yes, at the buzzer. Xavier Schneed from Aggieville.
That's all the time we have today. Tune in next week.
Thank you for watching us from all here at Channel 8 News.
This is Channel 8 News.